Hello, grade 7 students. How are you? I do hope you are alive, alert, and enthusiastic. I am Teacher Marlon, and I am glad to be your guide in today's adventure. Welcome to a new day of fun, so join me as we explore the world of English. Writing is a window to one's thought. It is a form of communication which uses language to deliver an intended message to particular readers. As students, you are part of the academe. Thus, it is of great importance that you will be familiarized with what academic writing is. So, come on, find a comfortable place to study, prepare a pen and sets of paper, and listen to your teacher. I would like to inform you that through this lesson, we should be able to define academic writing, identify the features of academic writing, and distinguish the features of academic writing.
Before we begin, let us check your background knowledge on our lesson. The first part is the multiple choice. Read and understand each item, after which choose the letter of your choice and write your answers on your answer sheets. You have 5 seconds to answer each item. Let's go! Number 1. It is a type of writing which is clear, concise, focused, structured, and backed by evidence. A. Academic writing. B. Blogging. C. Essay. D. Literary writing. Two. The target readers of an academic writing are blank. A. Parents, workers, teachers. B. Students, out of school, parents. C. Teachers, students, professionals. D. None of the above. Three. The purposes of doing an academic writing are blank. A. To entertain and to inform. B. To defend, to challenge, and to question. C. To guess, to give opinions, and to make conclusions. D. To inform, to persuade, and to argue a specific point. 4. You use formal language when blank. A. Talking to a friend. B. Writing a text message. C. Writing academic essays. D. Writing a comment on Facebook. 5. Which of the following is not an example of academic writing? A. Historical research. B. Personal recount. C. Term paper. D. Resume. The term bad points may be improved using a more appropriate academic word, which is A. Difficulties. B. Disadvantages. C. Negative side. D. Ugly side. 7. The term very tired may be improved using a more appropriate academic word, which is A. Exhausted. B. Sleepy. C. Feeble. D. Weak. 8. Which of the following is not a feature of academic writing? A. Accuracy. B. Proximity. C. Formality. D. Complexity. 9. Complexity is observed in academic writing. This means that writers should blank. A. Use simple words only. B. Use subordinate clauses only. B. Use technical terms depending upon the body of knowledge. D. Present ideas in a very complex style and use highfalutin words. Which of the following should be considered in writing academic text? A. Purpose. B. Audience. C. Genre conventions. D. All of the above. True or false? The next part of the task is for you to determine whether the following statements are true or false. 11. The use of contractions is allowed in academic writing. 12. All sources where you get your ideas and information must be acknowledged. 13. Really pretty is a formal statement. 14. Facts and figures are given precisely. 15. Evaluative words which are based on non-technical judgments and feelings must be avoided. Job well done, class! Are you excited to check your answers? Oh, do not worry, we will do that later. Kindly keep your answers for now. Writing is a skill which is developed over time. You learn different writing techniques as you progress in studying. Remember, in elementary, you have learned how to write a story, a friendly letter, or even an essay requiring you to explain something. Each of these things which you have written came with a writing style or format taught to you by your English teachers. In letter writing, for instance, you have to follow a format. You must know the basic parts like the heading, the salutation, the body of a letter, the complementary clause, and the signature to be able to write a good one. The same is true in literary writing. When you write a story, you need to have a plot. You may either write chronologically or use flashback technique. Now let's answer the question, what is academic writing? Academic writing refers to a piece of writing which focuses on specific academic subjects or topic. It's what students are expected to produce for classes and what teachers and academic researchers use to write scholarly materials. Furthermore, academic writing is based on facts. It is not pure guesswork. It is backed by evidence. Its purpose is to provide facts or information. Before we continue, it is time to assess yourselves in terms of writing academically. Are you a student or are you an expert? Look at the table below and assess yourselves. If you are a student, the reason why you write is to assess learning. Your audience are your teachers or your instructors. The purpose of writing is to demonstrate learning. If you are an expert, however, your reason for writing is to publish in a journal. Your audience are other experts in the field. Your purpose is to create new knowledge. Let me present some examples of academic writing. We have statistical summary, senior thesis, PowerPoint presentation, email, essay, term paper, historical research, resume, review technical report, and subject outline. Which of the presented examples are you familiar with? If you know at least one of the examples, then you already have a head start on how an academic text would look like. Although each subject discipline has certain rules, vocabulary, and types of writing format or style, there are some general characteristics of academic writing which are relevant across all disciplines. Let us discuss the features of academic writing which are commonly observed. Accuracy. Accuracy is giving the exact or specific detail. Facts and figures or numbers are given accurately. Let's look at the example below. I think there are more or less 7,000 islands in the Philippines. This shows inaccuracy. It does not provide the exact number of islands in the Philippines. To make it accurate, it should be there are 7,641 islands in the Philippines. Formality. This refers to how well you follow standard English conventions, how often you use slangs or idioms, how objective you are about your topic, how familiar or close you assume you are with your readers. Thus, to be formal, there are things which should be avoided. For example, avoiding colloquial words and expressions. These are words for everyday conversation. Let me present some informal words and the appropriate terms to be used when writing an academic paper. Instead of saying ask, say inquire. Ask for, request. Book, like booking a room in a hotel, say reserve. Get, receive. Help, assist. Remember, in academic writing, verbs should always be written as one. Example of two-word verbs are put off, take off, clean up, bring up, turn on, and try on. Such words should always be avoided in academic writing. Abbreviations or contractions are a big no in academic writing. It is necessary to word out these shortened words, like so. Can't should be cannot. Aren't, are not. Isn't, is not. Wouldn't, would not. Haven't, have not. Objectivity. This means that the information you are giving or discussing in academic writing is unbiased. It is based on facts and evidence, and it is not influenced by your personal feelings. The main emphasis should be on information which you want to give and the arguments you want to make, rather than you. It's objective rather than personal. Therefore, information should be presented in an unbiased way, with vocabulary which does not reflect opinions or personal feelings. To attain objectivity, use of personal pronouns should be avoided. These pronouns include I, we, you, he or she, her or him, and it. However, it should be noted that personal pronouns are allowed if you are tasked to make an opinion essay. Intense or emotional evaluative words should also be avoided. Examples: wow, amazing, really low. Precision. From the word precise, we need to be exact or accurate. Being precise means to choose the right word for an intended purpose, to be selective in an effort to clearly convey the purpose and meaning of the writing. Let's look at the word money. It has a lot of synonyms like cash, currency, capital, and funds. Despite having many synonyms, each has a specific use. Thus, take a look how the synonyms of money were specifically used in the following sentences. I need a capital to start my business. The pandemic affected the currency exchange rate. Ivana Alawi gave cash to the needy. The fund allocated for this project was taken from the donations of the philanthropists. Complexity. Academic writing uses language or expressions which are not your own just to make your writing appear academic. The use of jargons is necessary in academic writing. It provides a shortcut for concepts that would otherwise take many sentences to describe. It signals the author's knowledge and awareness of a particular group. These jargons used in academic writing depend on the specific field of study. For example, for computers we have adware, avatar, browser, cache. For advertisements, we have billboard, broadsheet, hoarding, hype. For business, we have substantial increase, overall increase, upturn began, and strong surge in sales. Let's use one in an example. The substantial increase in sales of Team A in 2020 made them get to the top. Substantial increase is a business jargon which means a very large amount. Hedging! In academic writing, you reduce or you minimize your risks by using devices which can mitigate or can lessen your claims, which is why you need hedging or the so-called cautious language. This means that nothing written should leave a room for other interpretation. Hence, vague and ambiguous language should be avoided. Here are some examples. Seem, certainly, perhaps, tend, definitely, conceivably, appear, clearly, indicate, probably, prove, suggest, and possibly. Organization. Organization in writing is how ideas are presented. Typically, organization refers to the very large parts of a piece of writing, although it also refers to how paragraphs and sentences are written. An essay, for example, follows a structure. It has an introduction, a body, and a conclusion. Responsibility! In academic writing, you are responsible for demonstrating an understanding of your source text. Thus, the need to properly acknowledge where you got your information is mandatory. It is your responsibility to do so. This is showing respect to someone else's work. Bear in mind that if you do not cite your sources properly, that would be considered plagiarism. Plagiarism is presenting someone else's work or ideas as your own. In the Philippines, plagiarism is the same as copyright. and it could be considered under the Cybercrime Law of the Republic Act 10175. Thus, plagiarism is punishable. Presenting the features of academic writing, starting with formality. Next, accuracy, objectivity, precision, complexity, hedging, organization, and responsibility.
Knowing the features of academic writing is a must. Academic writing in English has its own unique style. It is formal and uses particular language norms which you have learned. Academic style is more than just a writing convention. It can also help you to think more logically and clearly as you work on a given assignment. Now that you know the details of academic writing and its features, let us proceed with your tasks. Class, do these tasks at your own pace. If you feel like the tasks are too much for you, have a cup of tea, relax for a while, but do not forget to return and finish all the tasks. Shall we begin?
Match me! The first task is for you to match the following features of academic writing on the left to the ideas which correspond to their meanings. Write the letter of your choice on your answer sheet. 1. Hedging. 2. Complexity. 3. Formality. 4. Organization. Your options: A. Ideas are arranged logically and followed a writing format. B. Use non-conversational language. C. Use cautious language to mitigate claims. D. Ideas are presented in longer sentences and varied. E. Avoid contractions and colloquial expressions. Five, responsibility. 6, accuracy. 7, objectivity. 8, precision. Your options: F. Personal judgment is discouraged. Thus, ideas presented should be based on facts and evidences. G. Use accurate words to state ideas. H. Plagiarism should be avoided. We should acknowledge sources and properly include them in the reference section. I. Facts and figures are given accurately, and words are exactly or sharply defined or stated. Let's check your answers, shall we? 1, C, 2, D, 3, B or E, 4, A, 5, H, 6, I, 7, F, 8, G. How'd you do, class? I hope you were able to perfect our first task. In a nutshell, let us define what academic writing is. Thus, your task is to supply the missing words to complete the thought on academic writing. Let's begin. Academic writing is a style of writing that is blank, blank, and blank on supporting information with blank and blank data and blank. Its purpose is to blank to the body of knowledge on a topic or field of study. Here is the answer, class. Academic writing is a style of writing that is objective, unbiased, and focused on supporting information with reliable and credible data and evidence. Its purpose is to contribute to the body of knowledge on a topic or field of study. Good job, class. I hope you perfected our short assessment. Formal or informal? Here is your next task. Match the informal vocabulary in the list below with the more appropriate formal options underneath. Write the letter of your choice on your answer sheet. 1. Bad point. 2. Draw. 3. Kids. 4. A lot of. 5. Besides. 6. Till. 7. Okay. 8. Tell. 9. Say sorry. 10. Large. 'Let's check your answers. 1. D. 2. I. 3. F. 4. B or E. 5. G. 6. J. 7. C. 8. A. 9. H. 10. E or B. Nice one, class. I hope you were able to perfect our short assessment. If not, it's okay. You can do better next time. It's time to assess what you have learned from our lesson. This test resembles the pre-test which you have taken before the beginning of our discussion. Hence, as we go through each item, you may change your answers earlier. The first part is the multiple choice. Read and understand each item, and after which, choose the letter of your choice. Write your answers on your answer sheets. Let's begin. 1. It is a type of writing which is clear, concise, focused, structured, and backed by evidence. A. Academic writing. B. Blogging. C. Essay. D. Literary writing. 2. The target readers of an academic writing are blank. A. Parents, workers, teachers. B. Students, out of school, parents. C. Teachers, students, professionals. D. None of the above. 3. The purposes of doing an academic writing are blank. A. To entertain and to inform. B. To defend, to challenge and to question. C. To guess, to give opinions and to make conclusions. D. To inform, to persuade and to argue a specific point. 4. You use formal language when blank. A. Talking to a friend. B. Writing a text message. C. Writing academic essays. D. Writing a comment on Facebook. 5. Which of the following is not an example of academic writing? A. Historical research. B. Personal recount. C. Term paper. D. Resume. Six. The term bad points may be improved using a more appropriate academic word, which is A. Difficulties. B. Disadvantages. C. Negative side. D. Ugly side. 7. The term very tired may be improved using a more appropriate academic word, which is A. Exhausted. B. Sleepy. C. Feeble. D. Weak. 8. Which of the following is not a feature of academic writing? A. Accuracy. B. Proximity. C. Formality. D. Complexity. 9. Complexity is observed in academic writing. This means that writers should blank. A. Use simple words only. B. Use subordinate clauses only. C. Use technical terms depending upon the body of knowledge. D. Present ideas in a very complex style and use highfalutin words. Which of the following should be considered in writing academic text? A. Purpose. B. Audience. C. Genre conventions. D. All of the above. True or false? The next part is for you to determine whether the following statements are true or false. 11. The use of contractions is allowed in academic writing. 12. All sources where you get your ideas and information must be acknowledged. 13. Really pretty is a formal statement. 14. Facts and figures are given precisely. 15. Evaluative words which are based on non-technical judgments and feelings must be avoided. Time to check your answers. 1. A. 2. C. 3. D. 4. C. 5. B. 6. B. 7. A. 8. B. 9. C. 10. D. 11. False. 12. True. 13. False. 14. True. 15. True. Well done, class. I hope you were able to get all the answers correctly. More importantly, I hope that you enjoyed learning about the features of academic writing. If you are still confused about some of the concepts in distinguishing the features of academic writing, go ahead and replay this video. Do not hesitate to restudy the concepts if you must. On the other hand, if you feel you have achieved our objectives for this lesson, congratulations! You may proceed with the next lesson.
That's all, class. Good job for completing our lesson. Thank you so much for your participation and for your time. See you soon.
No output can be claimed as a sole work of one person. The fruition of this video would have not been possible if not for the collective efforts, cooperation, and humility among others. Thus, proper acknowledgement is in order.